Hello and welcome. This is Nolan with Discover NC Homes and Nolan's News. And as always, thank you for listening. Today I'm going to talk about home inspections and home inspectors. And I might rant a little bit, but I will try not to. Know the process as a buyer. If you don't know the process while you're going through a home inspection, discuss it with your broker as a buyer. Every home inspector works a little bit differently. They all have the general same format. They go in, they inspect. You might be there and you can ask questions. If not, there's a report given. But they are very, very generic with their reports. They oftentimes say more inspection needs to be done by a licensed professional, or if it's a heating and air issue, they will say licensed HVAC contractor. If it's a foundation issue, they might say licensed contractor. Some will say engineer. I've recently had experience with a few home inspectors that are very generic, and being on the other side as a seller and a seller's agent, sometimes you want more information from that home inspection and home inspector because they are going to be the ones correcting, or not correcting, but looking at the corrections that are made. So recently I've just gone in and I've said, okay, we have items A, B, and C. I want to make sure that my handy person or my general contractor, whoever it might be, is fixing them correctly. And the conversation stops there oftentimes because the item has said, please get it looked at by a professional. So it's just been a little bit frustrating. I understand from the home inspector's perspective that they are trying to maybe protect themselves legally and they cannot give advice on things, but it's almost to the point where they're scaring the buyer sometimes with some of these items, and then without an explanation, even to the buyer or the other broker or through the other broker, it is creating unnecessary duress in these transactions. So just wanted to throw that out there. Make sure you're meshing well with the home inspector that you hire. Maybe even interview one or two, just over the phone as a buyer and buyer's agent ahead of time, because home inspector can either make a transaction or they can definitely break a transaction. So at least know what you're kind of getting into and working with, because we can all, at the end of the day, buyer, seller, both agents, we're all here to get to the common end goal, which is to close the transaction. So, if you have any questions, we can at least refer you to some, I think, home inspectors who would explain things a little better than some others. We'll say it like that. All right, thank you so much. Talk to you soon.